Hey, what's up guys? Welcome back to the channel. And in this video, we're actually gonna go in a completely different direction for this video. We're actually not gonna work on cars today for once, or do anything regarding cars. I'm actually gonna talk to you guys about a life experience per se, and what worked for me and what's working for me so far during this quarantine stuff, or this whole thing that we have going on still. Apparently it's not seeming to want to go away, but for one reason or another, this quarantine stuff, although it was hard, it was actually a blessing in disguise, believe it or not. I was one of those people that unfortunately lost their jobs during the quarantine. And at first, usually how it goes is like when you lose a job all of a sudden, or not all of a sudden, but when you lose a job, you're kind of you feel like you're free falling, right? I decided to take it upon myself, to control what I can control, which is at the end of the day myself. So I went deep into that. Pretty much I started following a program which is completely free. This isn't no sponsored video or anything like that, affiliated, nothing regarding that. I'm just simply speaking to you guys from what helped me and what can possibly help you. If any of this that I'm talking about is helpful for you, I mean, go ahead and run with it. So I was usually a guy that would sleep in late. I used to work graveyard shift, come out at 4:30 in the morning. It was just a vicious cycle of going to work, coming home, going to sleep, waking up 2-3 p.m., eating, showering, going to work, rinse and repeat, just that cycle. And it was a very draining mentally, more than anything, a very hard life to live. Basically, it's hard for everyone, but obviously I'm just speaking from my experience. It's just draining. You don't really have I used to work weekends and stuff, so I didn't really have an outlet per se. It's just kind of like a zombie, like work home, yada yada. So I actually found this program. It's called 75 Hard. Again, it's free, everything's free. I just wanted to share my experience with that with you guys. Again, hopefully it helps you guys. If it doesn't, take it with a grain of salt or whatever. Let's just get into it so I can better explain myself, since I have a hard time apparently. And I have a hard time because I'm not used to talking about myself. And we're just not used to, especially talking about these things. And this is a pretty hard conversation, but it's a necessary one, because I'm well aware that a lot of people are struggling with themselves. So if I can be of any help, then hey, so be it. So the premise of this program, it boils down to the mental strength. It builds you up. It gives you more confidence. It gives you more discipline. All those things that, pretty much level you up. And it consists of about 5 or 6 basic rules. And they're simple rules, but at the same time, they're not easy. They're simple, not easy. So just keep that in mind. And this is it, basically in a nutshell. Rule number 1, you need to work out twice a day. Twice in the same day. Both workouts need to be at least 45 minutes long. Here's the kicker. One of them has to be outside your house, on the elements, no matter the weather, no matter the time. But it has to be in that same day. There has been times that outside workout I've had to do it in the middle of the night after work, coming out of work at 4:30, and still having to do that workout. It's hard, like they said, but it's simple. You know what to do. It's pretty straightforward. You just do it. Second workout could be inside, could be weight training, cardio. It just depends on what you can do, but it's scalable. As long as you do it for 45 minutes with some form of intensity that you're kind of giving it what you can. That's the second. So that's 2 workouts right there. That's the first rule. Second rule number 2, it seems pretty simple, but it's taking a progress picture. It can be right after the workouts, it can be before, the first thing when you wake up, before you go to sleep. It doesn't matter, as long as you take a progress picture every single day. And this will show you that, you know, not to miss the small details, because that is a pretty simple thing to do. Rule number 3 is drinking a gallon of water every day. Yes, every day. It may seem hard at first, but it's really not. You just have to stay conscious that you have to drink a gallon of water, you know, throughout the day at the very minimum. You know, it obviously, depending on your level of activity, obviously if you know, if you're working construction, you can drink a gallon of water like nothing. But at the very least, you have to drink a gallon of water. Rule number 4, you have to read the very minimum 10 pages of a book every day, and it has to be something that'll help you, that'll teach you something. The educational, psychology book, or the how-to book, self-development book. It has to be something that is valuable. It cannot be an audiobook, because usually what happens is that when you listen to audiobooks, you're usually doing something else, multitasking, and you're not really listening to understand. You're kind of just listening to just listen, which is what you don't want. You want to actually understand, learn something that'll feed your mind, that'll, you know, work out your mind per se, working that muscle. And lastly, you gotta, I don't like saying the word diet, but you have to eat healthier. You know, you have to, it's developing that healthy eating habit. It doesn't mean, you know, it has to be, it doesn't matter what it is. You can just stop drinking soda for the time being, at the very least. It has to be something that you know is better for you. You know, if you have to stop, if you want to go cold turkey like I did and just cut everything out, you know, as much as possible, you can do that. You know, I don't necessarily recommend it or not recommend it. It's just up to you. It's just the effort you want to put into it, and the more effort you put into it, the better it is for yourself. What I actually do, just to keep it as simple as possible, I just count my macros. Just counting macros, you know, tracking my food down. There's actually an app for that. There are several apps, I'm sure. I started off using my FitnessPal at first, but now I use the First Form app, which is called my Transformation app, I believe. You can easily find those apps in the App Store, be it Android or Apple. I highly recommend you download one of those apps. And those are pretty much those are the rules right there. 2 workouts, same day, progress picture, read some pages of a book that'll teach you something, a gallon of water, and clean eating. The clean eating part, it does include no alcohol, no drugs, if you do that or what have you. You want none of that. Again, simple rules, nothing, you know, otherworldly, or this is not inventing the wheel again. This is very simple, very scalable. If you're weighing 800 pounds, if you can just move your arms in circles for 45 minutes, do that. If you could just walk outside for that outside workout, walk outside. You don't need to run, you don't need to jump around, you don't need to sprint. All you have to do is walk, crawl if you have to. It doesn't matter. You can do jumping jacks outside for 45 minutes. It has to be outside no matter what you do. Exercise bike, treadmill, anything. The second workout, you know, it could be weightlifting, it could be anything. Either be it outside or inside. For the second workout, you can do either or first and leave the cardio outside afterwards. You can lift weights outside for the outside workout. It doesn't matter, as long as you do 2 of them for 45 minutes at the minimum. Progress picture, again, you got to keep an eye on those details. Gallon of water, very beneficial to you and your body. Healthy eating, I mean, we know these are things we know we have to do, but just ignore them. And because we ignore them, we're pretty much half-assing ourselves. It's really that simple. And these 5 rules have literally changed my life. It just opened my mind to Jesus Christ. I I can't even begin to explain the gravity of how it really changed me as a person. And here's the thing, these 5 simple rules, because the program is called 75 Hard, that means that you have to do these things for 75 days straight, Monday through Sunday, 7 days a week for 75 days straight. If you miss any one of those 5 rules, if you miss the progress picture on day 60, like I have had happen before, you automatically start from day 1. It's just that simple. You mess up any one of these 5 rules, you're going back to day 1. And the reason for this is because it's teaching you to be accountable for yourself, to call yourself out on your own bullshit. And we all have bullshit that, we try to, make up excuses for this, that, or the other. There's always something happening. We tend to wait for the perfect moment or the perfect opportunity to start something. This is never gonna happen. It's never gonna. There's always gonna be something. There's always gonna be that doctor visit or this or that. This is really just you deciding, okay, I'm going in, and screw what happens regardless. Like I said, there has been times that I had to bust one of the workouts at 4:30, 5 in the morning after work. If I know I'm gonna have a long day, I wake up earlier just to make sure I do the things that I have to do. Now I just have it a routine to wake up at 6 in the morning because of that very thing. Just in case anything happens, if I know I have a long day, I knock as much as I can off earlier in the morning. That way, by 9, 10 at most, I'm done with my day. I did the things I had to do for myself. It all boils down to, applying pressure to yourself. The more you struggle, the more you learn. The more you learn, the more you grow. The more you grow, the more opportunities are presented to you. There's a saying that says, the harder you work, the luckier you get. And believe me, I'm trying to get as lucky as possible. And to help you out even further with this, there's actually an app for it. It makes it a lot easier for you to keep track of those things, which is a 75 Hard app. You can find it in your app store. There's actually a book also about it, about the program. It goes more into detail why it was created by the creator, Andy Frisella. I'll do the little tag here. Let me show you. Since I started this last year, these are the books that I have read so far. All these right here. I'm not sure, it's pretty dark right now, but these are, I'm sure more other people have a bigger library than I do, but it's it's going little by little. But like those books, to me now, again, I've never been a reader in my life, apart from the books one has to read when you're in school and stuff. But I've never liked reading before, and I can tell you that now that I've forced myself to make it a habit of reading, I can assure you that those books right there, no matter which one it is, to me it's worth gold because of what I've learned simply reading them. I have psychology books there, business books, self-development books. I have even a Bruce Lee book that kind of shows his workouts and stuff. So it's something that keeps your mind sharp. Let me show you the book that I'm actually reading currently that I haven't finished yet, which is this one, How to Read a Book. It sounds pretty redundant, to be honest, and I was on the fence about getting it and reading it, because again, it sounds pretty stupid. Like, why would I read a book about how to read a book? It doesn't make sense. It wasn't interesting to me. But again, forced myself. I figured, hey, if that book can teach me anything, to help me better understand or facilitate learning from other books, since this is about how to read a book, if it can help me, then it was worth it. And so far it has been worth it. It hasn't been an easy read, to be honest, because again, how to read a book. It does much of an interesting subject, but it has helped me because it teaches you really the differences of reading, why you're reading it, different types of reading. So all in all, although I haven't finished it yet, it has been worth me reading the book. This is completely different out of just a random video overall. The whole reason for me doing this video is because my goal personally is just to be able to help. Anyone I can help, I would like to help. I'll, no matter how many viewers I have or subscribers or what have you, the subscribers and well, I guess those are nice, but my goal is to help. If I can help you, fix your car, showing you how to fix your car, or taking you along and learning together how to fix a car, or a workout, or this or that, or mentally, or all of this is helpful. And again, if I can help, if this video helps anyone at all, my job is done. My job is mission accomplished. And then goal is to be able to help more people. I know I'm just some random guy from Compton, but being from Compton, not to say that we don't have these resources, we just don't know how to ask, or where to start, or where to go basically for the resources. We just don't have we don't have those questions in us to even start to ask. If you don't have the questions to ask, then you don't have answers, or you don't get it. You don't receive what you don't ask for. You have to actively keep looking for it. Like this whole thing, I have to actively keep looking. This thing, it's crazy because it creates hunger. You get hungry for more. You expect more from yourself. You demand more of yourself, I should say, which only builds you up more and more and more. You get more confident, you get more disciplined, you get more knowledgeable, you get more this and that. It just boom, you just feel like $1,000,000. It just opens the world. I can only wish that everyone can feel the same, because it all starts with you. If you become better, you're gonna be the shining example to your kids, your family, your friends, just how life works. So with that being said, again, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you guys did enjoy it, make sure to hit that like button so I can know what's going on. If you wanted more videos like this, make sure to drop a comment and let me know. Like I said, I'm here to help. That's my goal. This is what I'm looking for. Hit the subscribe button for future content. Thank you for watching. See you guys next time. Peace.